At the end of this video, I'm gonna get rid of 3 games. What's going on, everyone? It is a late night tonight and I'm feeling a little bit inspired. So I had to flip this camera on and talk about culling some games, but I also wanted to understand why. So it's kind of like a dialogue, inner dialogue to myself, but then I also wanted to ask a lot of you too, how you go about this question, which is, why do we have okay games in our collection? Here's the thing. All of these games behind me, you can't tell me that all of these games are great, because they're not. A good amount of them are, though. That's what I'm proud of, at least, because a ton of these have been refined and I'm super happy with what I have. But the thing is, not all of them are great. Only like a good amount of them are. The rest are good. And that's where we get to the issue that I wanted to talk about, because why do we keep good games? Thinking about it, I have a couple of reasons. Because as you can see here, it looks nice when it fills up the entire board game collection. Don't judge my very poorly organized board game shelf. But overall, it looks really nice because you have so many different colors and variations and all kinds of boxes and artwork. It becomes like an art piece. Not my shelf in particular, but in general, I feel like a lot of us keep okay games because they look good. Another reason, and I have the exact game that I'm thinking about right now for this, is that they are nostalgic pieces for us. For instance, this is one of the games that got me into the hobby, which is Betrayal. I'm finally gonna get this name right. Betrayal at House on the Hill. Really? That's what it's called? Betrayal at House on the Hill. I always call it Betrayal because I end up calling it many other different names, like on the house, on the hill, at the hilltop, at the house. But I guess it's at House on the Hill. Anyways, point being, this is a game that first got me to the hobby and why I continue to keep it, because it just has a really big nostalgic piece for me. This is one of the games that my cousin introduced me to. I hold on to it, and even though it's not a great game, it still was fun at the time. Now the thing is, with these games, I think a lot of us hold on to them because they have the potential to be great, or we haven't spent enough time with them to realize I think this might be a really good game, but I haven't had a chance to play it. And then that chance and the opportunity doesn't come around so often because either we don't have the right player group just yet, we don't have the right setting yet, we don't have time to learn the rules yet, or there's so many different factors that go into whether or not a game gets played again. And that's why so many of our okay games just sit there on a collection and literally collect dust, because we just want to give it one more chance, one more opportunity, but that opportunity doesn't always come around as quickly as we'd like. Here's my instance. First in Flight. Now, I don't know if this game is going to be really good yet. I think it has the potential to be, because I know that it has some really funny quirks to it. And the fact that you can crash your plane if you don't fly correctly, it being a deck builder and you not getting the right cards or building out your deck properly to fly your plane, makes it potentially a really funny and hilarious game that I can see my gaming group loving. But I've been holding on to this one because I just think a lot of it is decent, and I always overthink myself. As you know, I can barely decide what games to play on game day. So I always end up choosing and reverting back to the ones that I know for sure are amazing, because I want to take advantage of the time that my friends have, and they drove far to get here and everything. So I really want to make sure that the games that we play are really, really good or great. So First in Flight is teetering that gray area where I think it could be good. I don't know. And I don't want them to have an okay time. I want them to have a really fun time. So that's why games like this just sit there in my collection for a bit. Now, the last reason why we keep okay games is because they were gifted to us. And not many of my games right here are gifted, because a lot of my friends and family know that I do this for a living. So I usually just end up buying most of these games anyway, or end up working with them and stuff. So I don't always get gifted games, which is actually a really good thing, because I'm super picky about it. Not to be bratty or anything, but I'm being honest. So for instance, this game over here, which is Custom Heroes, was a game gifted to me by a really good friend of mine. And it was also from Japan too. A really nice thought and a nice gesture. So it's special because it means something and it holds value to me. So that's another reason why I want to keep games, and games that may not be the best gameplay overall. Okay, so now let's go ahead and solve this issue together. why should we start getting rid of or like culling our okay games? I can think of a couple reasons too. First off is they may be good for us, but the best thing is that they could be great for others. I think that right there is one of the most compelling reasons to cull our games and to refine our collection more and like start getting rid of our games, because these games may be average for us, or they may be games where like I love them. Like for instance, like I have Flamecraft, but I gave it to my niece because like as much as I love Flamecraft, she loves it way more. So Flamecraft is not the best example because it's definitely way more than okay. It's a great game, but I gave it to my niece because I know she's gonna love it way more than me and play it way more than me, and that's why I gave it to her. Now, the other reason why we should also start coloring our games too is because when we get rid of games, guess what? Our collection is only gonna get better. So we're gonna be replacing these okay games with games that are great, with games that are gonna make a difference. So I feel like that right there is a very encouraging point to start culling your okay games a lot more. So in summary, why do we collect okay games? It's because they fill up shelf space and they look nice. They could be nostalgic for us, like games that have a core memory or games that remind us of something special. They could have been gifted to us. Or like arguably one of the most compelling reasons why we keep these games is because we feel like they have the potential to be great, or we feel like it fits a specific situation or niche, and we want to hold on to it because it's not a bad game, but we just want to give it one more chance, and that chance just doesn't come around as often as we would like. So then in turn, to kind of solve that issue, it's kind of like shifting our mindset, because then we got to think about, all right, if we get rid of games now, guess what? Our collection is going to be way better. So we're going to refine our collection. And the second thing is that it may be good for us, but if we give it to somebody else, it could be amazing and incredible and wonderful for them. So someone else might enjoy it a lot more than us. And I think those two are the strongest reasons why we should start being more like picky or start culling our okay games. And to put my case in point immediately, I'm gonna go ahead and cull one game right now. Here's my ultimate challenge, not just for me, but for you as well. If you want a beginner's level challenge, I want you to go ahead and challenge yourself to cull one game like I'm about to do right now. So I'm going to, and by the way, the reason why I typically don't do cullings anymore on my channel is because people get really upset when I cull games for some reason. But you know what? Whatever. So first game I'm gonna cull is Bonsai. I really like this game. It was a lot of fun because I did a 2-player stream of it with Bonds, and it was nostalgic for me too. So again, all those reasons that we talked about. But the thing is, like, we can always play different games together, and at the end of the day, I don't really love tile laying games all that much. So Bonsai, it's a good game. There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm gonna go ahead and cull this one. I know that someone who like enjoys more calming games, more relaxing games, and games where they just want to like chill for a bit is going to enjoy that way more than me for sure. Now, if you want to step it up and do a level 2 intermediate challenge, I'm going to ask you to try for 2 games like I'm about to do right now. This is probably the hardest one for me to cull, actually. Game number 2, I'm going to go ahead and cull Kyoto no Neko. This was a game that just had a lot of silly fun. I think I played it to the point where I enjoyed it as much as I could, and I don't see myself playing it anymore. Like, it was fun, it was cool, we had a lot of good laughs with it, but I think it was like I maxed out like the entertainment value that I got from Kyoto no Neko. So with that, this one is gonna go to. And then for my ultimate super advanced challengers, this is the level 3 challenge, which is to get rid of 3 okay games. This is the last one, and definitely by far the hardest cull of the night, but I'm gonna do it because it addresses one of the reasons that I mentioned, which was this one right here holds an art piece for me, or like it's just there to like look good. Iwari, like, look at that artwork. That artwork is beautiful. It's stunning. I covered it once on my channel. I think I did a tutorial on it way back when and took some pictures for it. But I kept it because some of you were like, oh, keep it and hold on to the collector's piece, which is, really nice of all you too. And I appreciate it. But now I'm like, This is consistently taking space, and honestly, like if I want to play an area control game, area control is like one of my favorite genres. So I have, I think, some of the best area controls, and I feel like if I ever want to play that genre, there are way better options than Iwari, even like smaller to medium options. Like right now, I'm immediately thinking this could be replaced with like Small World even, or Roth. So with that, Iwari is gonna go, and I know it's also hard to find too, so it's tough, okay? It's tough saying goodbye, but we're gonna do it because we're gonna keep refining our collection, and I just want to show you all, case in point, I did it. So if I can do it, you can easily do it way better than I can. With that said, if you made it to the very end of the video, go ahead and comment refine, because that's exactly what we're doing to our collection right now. We are refining it to the best we can. Thank you all so much for watching and keeping me company as I endure this pain of culling games. And I will see you all tomorrow.